Celtics Postgame Plus is presented by your New England Ford dealers. Visit buyfordnow.com.
Check this out, making history here. Celtics Postgame Plus, you got Peyton Pritchard cracking the top 10.
500 P.
Love that. The list of the Celtics with 500 plus three-point field goals made in their career, and Peyton Pritchard on the list. It's presented by the Massachusetts Health Connector. Everyone needs health insurance. Find a plan for the new year that gets you the care you need and help paying for it by December 23rd at mahealthconnector.org. Peyton Pritchard, 27 points, 10 assists in this one, and he is talking to the media back at TD Garden.
Peyton, sixth time in your career where you had 10 or more assists. Can you talk about how you're using all this gravity you've created on the offensive edge and expanded on that?
Well, I just feel like people are like playing my three ball so heavy, and obviously I shoot it from a deep range, so they have to come and close out on me, and then it allows me to get in the paint, and then, you know, obviously I just manipulate the bigs. If they play me, dump it off. If they don't, I finish it. I try to make the game very simple. If it's two on the ball, then I got to get off of it. If it's single coverage, then I try to finish.
Peyton, you stayed in the game at the end there when a lot of the other regular rotation guys came out. You've said in the past you don't like the term garbage time, stuff like that, because you just like to play it to the end of the game. When those decisions come about, like, does Joe just know to leave you in the game? Do you ask to stay in the game? Like why is it important to you to stay in the game in those moments?
I have no decision in that. So if Joe was to come and get me that, I'd go sit on the bench. But if I got left in, so I just play as hard as possible. So obviously I'm in there with that group, so try to make sure we're still playing with good pace and playing the right way, get guys easy shots. Got Nemi 2 easy looks, and just help guys get going a little bit. So took the pressure off, hopefully, to get them in the flow.
Peyton, you guys are halfway through the first quarter. You and Luke check in. You guys have only scored 8 points. By the end of the quarter, you have 27. You have an 11-point lead. What does that say about the energy that you guys bring off the bench and just the character as a whole of the team that everybody is always ready to deliver, even if things aren't really rolling to start?
I mean, like, you're going to start the game. You're not going to – sometimes you might not hit shots. I think we got great looks, and that's the job. When you come off the bench, you see the flow of the game and where you can affect it. So, obviously, we did our job coming in and created an energy spark and got the lead. So, you know, you walk away from the game, and I don't know what our plus-minus was, but as long as we're in the plus, and we did our job that night.
Peyton, you just touched on it, but – you shoot from, way out. You took one from the hash mark. How important is that to the overall game? We've seen three-pointers expanding out. KP shoots them from way out there. Everybody seems to be trying to go deeper and deeper. What does that do for the offense? Not just your offense, but just the offense in general.
Well, for me, it allows me to read the shot way easier, because, like, they're either playing up on me, then I drive. If not, then it's an easy release for me. It also allows guys to make the read. Like, if I'm out there, if guys are in the paint, they're not going to be able to close out. So most teams now are going to take a step towards me, and I'm really past the three-point line. So where they're helping at is already on the three-point line. So you got guys like JT, JB, where the driving lanes are that much open. So it just it creates a lot of openness on the court and makes the driving lanes a lot easier and the reads a lot easier.
When JT's not going, does that change your mindset? Do you feel that changes the collective mindset of the group in any way in terms of how you're going to contribute and the ways in which you're going to engage? Or not?
It shouldn't at all. Try to keep the same mindset. I mean, at the end of the day, we try to hang our hat on playing just the right basketball. So no matter who is in, you make the right reads regardless. So it's not like JT's playing and you're like, oh, I'm going to get more shots tonight. Like, that should never be the case. I'm always hunting to take the right shots, make the right passes. So, and when he comes back, we should continue to always play like that.
And is Sixth Man of the Year something that you're intentional about at this point? Is that something you've put on your radar?
It's not something I really think about. If I'm fortunate to win, that's I guess a testament to the hard work I put in, and I think it just means that I've helped this team and coming off the bench and doing my job at a high level. So. It's not something I'm like, if I don't win or win, it's not make or break it for me. I'm going to continue what I'm doing. And but, yeah, it would be an honor.
Pritchard, before the game, JV Bickerstaff said this is one of the most unselfish teams that he's seen. And then Joe said that it's not that you guys don't have egos, you just know where to put them. From your standpoint, obviously you've talked about being really confident even when you weren't playing, even when you weren't in this position. How do you balance being really confident and having an ego, but also together being a really unselfish team from your standpoint?
Well, I think Joe's right. We all have egos. We're all really confident people, and I don't think we'd be in the position we are today without a little bit of that. And you got to have that. But it's understanding that at times you got to do what's best for the team. And that's a selflessness that our guys have and should continue. So obviously it contributes to winning. And so, yeah, good group of guys.
And do you feel like winning last year helped?
Again, Payton Pritchard leading the way here in the Celtics 24-point win as he had 27 points, 10 assists. Tom Giles, Eddie House back with you. That first question, it was one of the first couple, when he was asked about kind of reading the defense and saying, figuring out when he's got a 2-on-1 or being able to get rid of the ball or understanding when a guy's closing out too far on the three. What have you seen from him in his growth as far as reading the game?
I think what he was alluding to was the fact of the spacing, right? And you're not able to really read the game unless spacing is right. And so you have JT, like he said, and you have JB. Guys are going to be hugged up on him, and he's going to have opportunities to drive into the lane. Now, when he gets to the certain scoring situations, either it's going to be two on him, he has to move the ball, throw a lob up to Nemi, throw the lob up to Porzingis, or spray the ball out to perimeter. I think just understanding, like, the spacing and his opportunities. To me, that's the biggest part of it, is you understand your opportunities and where you're going to get your opportunities. It's a whole lot easier to play that way as opposed to I don't know if I'm going to get 5 shots, you know what I mean? And I'm sitting here and then somebody throws me a grenade, end of the shot clock. Now I got to get one up. That's not good rhythm. But he's able to have the ball in his hands. And then also on the other end of the floor, he played defense.
Yeah.
He gets after it. So he's engaged. I always say this. I say this to my kids. I say this to anybody that wants to listen about basketball. When you engage defensively, a lot of times the offense comes a lot easier because you just have a different type of rhythm for the game because you're locked in on one end, and then on this end, you just free-flowing and just playing and just reacting and not like have to be like, okay, I know he's going to do this. I got to jump this move. I got to jump this move. Oh, I got to get over this screen, or I got to go under this screen, depending on where it is on the floor. On offense, you just, you're flowing. It's almost like a mental break that you could have, and that mental break could just bring success. And that's what it does for Payton, man. Payton goes out there, he balls out on the defensive end, and then offensively, like he said, if, where he shoots the ball from, they're going to have to make a decision. Are they going to allow him to shoot it from there? He has that range. Are they going to push up on him? They push up, he's going to try to get by him. Is it 2 on the ball? I'm going to get off of it. If not, I'm going to finish at the rim. But you know what? It was something you said off air that kind of bothered me.
Oh, no.
No, I'm going to tell you what it was. He said he don't like Star Wars, y'all, man. I mean, come on, that's one of my favorite.
I didn't say I didn't like Star Wars.
Yeah, you did. No, your face. You didn't. Well, your face.
You started with Lord of the Rings. Well, we'll tell you what it's all about coming up in Celtics Post. I said Lord of the Rings, but when you said when I said Star Wars, you still was like. I never got into it.
You did like this.
That's all. I know I'm in the minority here, but I just never got into it.
He got a Job of the Hut attitude right here. We ain't rolling.
I don't even know what that means, so I'm not even offended. What are you going to do about that? All right, let's find out who won Sunday's Tommy Award back in the Garden.
All right, Scal Celtics back in the win column. They beat the Pistons again. Who's getting the Tommy Award?
I'm going with the guy that came off the bench and made another big-time impact in this game. Payton Pritchard, right from the start. He was coming in ready to fire. Sometimes that's what you need coming off the bench. You need a spark. Payton Pritchard walks on the floor, and he creates a spark. Look at that play right there with the step back. Payton Pritchard's playing at a super high level. His confidence at an all-time high, and he's making plays not just for himself, but for others. 10 assists tonight, 5th career double-double. Payton Pritchard doing work all throughout this game, including that slow-mo Luka Doncic layup, and he's going to win the Tommy Award.
You mentioned his 5th career double-double, first one of the season as this season of milestones continues for Payton Pritchard. Vote for him for 6th Man of the Year. We'll see you in D.C. this weekend.
All right, fellas, thanks so much. Tommy Award presented by Harvard Pilgrim Healthcare, this way to better health. As Payton Pritchard gets the Tommy Award tonight in this win over the Pistons. That's now 6.
He's all the way up.
Two-headed Derek White, Nimi Keita, and Luke Cornett. All right, let's get to the drain of the game, which is brought to you by John Sewer and Drain Cleaning. The names to know when the drains don't flow.
Let me get that.
And you got Jaylen Brown off the steal behind the back to Drew Holiday for 3.
How casual was that?
Look at this steal, though, too.
Yeah, let me get that. But then look at it. Okay. Take that.
Tobias Harris. Going to get there eventually, maybe.
He was everywhere. Tobias Harris was everywhere, but nowhere.
Drew Holiday getting the 3 there as the Celtics again. Taking a look at the homestand, they take 4 of 5 on the homestand. That lone loss to the Memphis Grizzlies. They're heading out on the road, and we're going to talk about that matchup coming up next here on Celtics Postgame Plus.